Thank you so much for giving me a calling card tonight. It's not a problem at all. I want to tell you a story. A woman mentions to her musician husband that she moved a lot as a child and took to hiding little notes wherever she lived. The couple are planning to move from the small house they rent in suburban Dallas to an apartment in the city. Occasionally, they hear strange noises, and one night there's a particularly loud bang whose source they're unable to define. The next morning, the husband is killed in a car accident in front of the house. At the hospital, his wife views his body, covering it with a sheet before departing. The husband awakens and, still covered by the sheet, wanders through the hospital. He is invisible to the living, as he is now a ghost. A door of light opens before him, but he makes no attempt to approach it, and it closes. The ghost walks home and sees Linda, his landlord, drop off a pie. When the wife gets home, she sits on the floor and eats pie until she admits. Unable to communicate, the ghost watches while the wife grieves, and then begins to get on with her life. In the house next door, he sees a ghost covered by a flower coochie, who, wordlessly, says they are waiting for someone, though they do not remember who. The wife comes home with a man, whom she kisses in the doorway, and the ghost makes the lights flicker and knocks books from a shelf. Later, the wife listens to one of her husband's songs and recalls when he played her the recording for the first time. She moves away, but first writes a short note and hides it in a gap behind some molding, which she paints over. The ghost picks at the paint, but is unable to reach the note. A Spanish-speaking mother moves into the house with her young son and daughter. The ghost watches the beat, play the piano, and celebrate Christmas. The children begin to sense his presence and become frightened. One night, the ghost knocks a framed photo of the family off the piano and smashes dishes in the kitchen. The family moves out, and the ghost resumes scraping at the paint. At a party thrown by the next occupants, a woman says she has stopped working on her novel, and a man responds by musing about what the point is of any creative pursuit, even one as uplifting and universally known as Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, given that the sun will eventually engulf Earth and the universe will eventually rip itself apart. The partygoers notice the lights flicker. The house is abandoned and becomes derelict, and the ghost's efforts to retrieve the note are interrupted by a bulldozer crashing through a wall. The house next door is also torn down, and the flower print ghost remarks that they do not think whoever they are waiting for is coming and disappears from beneath their sheet. A skyscraper is built where the house was, and when the work is done, the ghost looks at a futuristic cityscape from a balcony before jumping off. The celestial sphere rotates in reverse, and the ghost finds himself in a field in the 19th century with a man who is driving stakes into the ground. The man's wife and 3 daughters arrive in a covered wagon, and the family prepares to build a house. The youngest daughter writes a note and hides it under a rock, while humming the tune of the husband's song. Native Americans kill the family, and the ghost watches the girl's corpse decay. Back in the house, which is empty except for the piano, the ghost sees himself and his wife enter and look around, and his life in the house repeats itself. The husband's resistance to the wife's desire to move causes tension in the relationship, and the night before his death, he acquiesces. Hearing this, the ghost sits down heavily at the piano, causing the bang that had earlier startled himself and his wife. Later, the ghost watches his earlier self watch the wife leave the house for the last time. He retrieves the note and, upon reading it, disappears, his empty sheet dropping to the floor.